It all began with a purchase so ordinary that I didn't give it a second thought. A mirror. Not some antique heirloom or ornate Victorian thing with a cursed backstory. Just a plain, full-length mirror leaning against a dusty wall in a thrift shop. $10. Scratched frame, a faint smudge across the glass. I bought it, loaded it into my car, and thought nothing of it. A faint smudge across the glass. I bought it, loaded it into my car, and thought nothing of it. I didn't know then how quickly it would come to dominate my life. The first signs, the first time I noticed something wrong. I had just brushed my teeth. I was standing in front of the mirror, staring at my tired face, but something felt off. My reflection was slower. When I tilted my head, it tilted back, but just a fraction of a second too late. I laughed at myself, told myself I was exhausted from work, but that delay, once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Over the next few days, I became hyper-aware. Every gesture, every blink, every movement, it was almost in sync, but not quite. Sometimes I thought I caught it staring a little too long after I'd moved away. Then came the smirk. One night, I sneezed, loud, sudden, violent, and in that tiny moment, before the reflection copied me, I could have sworn I saw it. My reflection, smirk, just the corner of its lips twitching upward in a way I hadn't done. My stomach sank. I told myself it was my imagination. It had to be. The tapping. By the end of the week, I was covering the mirror with a sheet. I didn't want to see it anymore. But one night, around 3 a.m., I woke to a sound. A faint tapping. At first, I thought it was the window, but when I turned my head, I realized the sound was coming from behind the sheet, from the mirror. Heart pounding, I got up, reached for the lamp, and yanked the cover away. There I was, my reflection, but it wasn't copying me this time. It was pressed against the glass, palms flat, mouth moving silently. I couldn't hear it, but it was saying something. When the light snapped on, it straightened, adjusted, and copied me again. But it was smiling. I wasn't. That was the first night I didn't sleep at all. The return. The next day, I tried to throw the mirror away, hauled it out to the curb, left it with the trash. When I came home from work, my blood went cold. It was back, leaning against the wall in my bedroom. I swear I never carried it back in. I live alone. I don't even have neighbors close enough to play a prank like that. I didn't touch it. I just stood there, staring at it, until the sun went down. And when the darkness fell, the tapping began again, louder this time. I forced myself to look. And that's when I realized my reflection wasn't alone. Behind it, in the glass, were faces. Dozens of them, pale, distorted, pressed against the invisible barrier, mouths open in silent screams, their eyes fixed on me. They were watching, waiting. The dreams I started dreaming about the mirror. At first, I was standing in front of it, unable to move, while my reflection tilted its head, studying me like a specimen. Then the dreams grew worse. I would dream of walking past the mirror, only for my reflection to step out of it, one leg sliding onto the floor like it was stepping through water. I would wake up screaming, but every time the mirror was uncovered, no matter how tightly I'd wrapped it. One night, I woke to find myself standing in front of the mirror, eyes locked on my reflection. I don't remember getting out of bed. I don't remember moving, but my reflection. It wasn't moving either, just staring back with that twisted smile. I think it's calling to me in my sleep. The final change this morning, I noticed something different. My reflection blinked. I didn't. I froze, staring. And as I stood there, It raised its hand slowly, without me moving mine. It pressed its palm against the glass, and for a split second, the surface rippled like water disturbed by a stone. That was hours ago. Right now, as I write this, it hasn't moved. Not once. Not when I leaned forward. Not when I waved. Not when I shouted at it. It's just watching, and its grin is wider now. Too wide, stretching into something inhuman. I don't think it's waiting anymore. I think it's ready. And when the lights go out tonight, I don't know if I'll still be the one standing on this side of the glass.